Guys, oh my goodness, I don't even know where to begin. It is 2:30 in the morning right now. I was just playing some One Piece with my buddies, getting ready to go to sleep when we got a absolute gigantic amount of information dropped on us. We got new mechanics, new card reveals, new rule sets, lots of stuff just to go over. So I kind of wanted to just scour Twitter and kind of accumulate, I think, everything that we know so far. But of course, by the time most people will probably even see this in the morning, probably know even more information. So I'll probably update you guys maybe with just another video or like post or whatever. But as for now, this will do it. So we got new Ace Digimon. So they have this Ace name in them. We've got the main ones from Star Deck 15 and 16, Metal Garurumon and War Greymon Ace. Note, however, and by the way, I'll be translating this for you guys. At the bottom it says Ace is not considered to be like part of the name. So, for example, for things that reference War Greymon specifically, perhaps I'd imagine it still works with this. But of course, a lot of the rulings and stuff we don't have confirmation on yet. Anyways, on to what you guys kind of talked about. Onto kind of what you guys are wanting to know is what exactly do these cards do and what is going on here. So the kind of two main things here are going to be the new Blast evolution, this yellow box, as well as the counter kind of timing. So this is War Greymon Ace. It evolves from a Greymon level 5 for a cost of 3. It has a hand effect, counter Blast evolution. So basically, if it's in your hand and it meets the counter timing, which we'll talk about in a little bit, you can use Blast evolution, which is just you evolve the Digimon for free on top of whatever you're evolving it for. So if you're evolving into a level 5 Greymon, you can evolve it for 0 instead of paying 3. And then it's also got blocker, and then during both players' turn once per turn, if a security card, if a card is removed from security, you can make this Digimon active or unsuspend this Digimon. So pretty normal as far as the regular effects go, but the main thing to notice here is the fact that you can evolve this guy for free during your opponent's turn. It is also, by the way, a 6 play cost. That is not something I thought I would ever see in Digimon. But who knows? Maybe this isn't super relevant right now. There's also this text box at the bottom. That says overflow -4. It basically says that if this card is placed anywhere other than the battle area or underneath another card, you lose 4 memory. So basically, if it's removed from the field in any sort of way, bounce to the hand, deleted, return to bottom of the deck, you just straight up lose 4 memory. Now, that doesn't count at being evolved over because it is then underneath a Digimon, or maybe underneath the tamer. It can also like bypass that. But basically, any other way that this card would leave the field, you just lose 4 memory. So that kind of introduces a lot of, I think, cool skill aspects and makes removal much more valuable in the sense that, okay, you can play this during your opponent's turn for free and then get a blocker that can unsuspend during your opponent's turn. But if they do manage to out it in any sort of way, they just get 4 memory for free. So that seems pretty cool. Next is Metal Garurumon Ace. The first condition is the same, hand effect, counter, as well as Blast evolution. On evolve, you can trash up to 3 cards from your hand and gain 1 memory for each card trashed. So the potential to be able to gain memory and interrupt your opponent during their turn, I just think is really, really cool. And it also has a 1 attacking effect of you can trash a card from your hand and then delete the lowest level Digimon that your opponent has on the field. So really cool stuff. Again, overflow 4 and same kind of conditions we talked about. And then we did get a couple of more revealed from BT14 actually, I think. So what we heard is BT14 was supposed to be like Adventure 1 based. So I think we are going to see that with the inclusion of all the Ace monsters. So far we just have Metal Greymon, Zudomon, as well as Lilymon, Magna, and Angemon. So we'll be kind of talking about these. These ones I was able to find on Mr. Digiken's Twitter account, so go follow them if you are interested. Of course, it's all in Japanese, but it's really cool stuff. So again, these guys have the same kind of condition, hand effect, counter, blast evolution, so you can evolve for free from a Greymon Digimon with 4. Zudomon doesn't have any sort of special evolution condition, but basically on evolve and on play, this guy can delete a level 6000 DP or lower Digimon. So again, being able to just evolve this for free on your opponent's turn and then pop a 6k or lower is so cool. Also, I don't know why the play cost and like DP on this guy is like, you can't really see it, but I think these cards look really cool. Zudomon is a 4 play cost, so I imagine the middle Greymon is also. By the way, 4 cost ultimate. Kind of insane that this is also just an on-play effect, so you can play this guy for 4, get a level 5 on field, pop a 6k. I think it's pretty crazy. So I'm not sure if I'm excited for these cards yet, because I do think the whole counter timing thing is really cool, but these might be really insanely powerful. But there's room to be punished, of course, with the overflow kind of text box. This is overflow 3 -3 for the level 5s here, and then Zudomon, same thing. You can digivolve him during your opponent's turn, and then he's got one attack. On play as well as when evolving. You can choose 2 Digivolution sources from your opponent's Digimon, and then after that, you can stun you can bounce back one of your opponent's Digimon with no materials to the hand. So really strong effect. Just being able to bounce anything without materials, not level restricted. Really cool. And then lastly, we've got Magna Angemon or Holy Angemon, as well as Lilymon Ace. These ones I wasn't able to find like a clearer picture until I found Russ Marrow's Twitter, so shout out to him. He's really an awesome content creator, love his stuff. And he also took the liberty of translating these for us. But this is Magna Angemon Ace. Same thing, Blast Evolution, on play on evolve, securities 5 or less, recover 1, and then give one opponent's Digimon -1000 for each of your security. That's an insane effect. I do, however, like that they put if your security is 5 or less, to kind of limit how degenerate this card can be, I suppose. But again, this is a 4 play cost, dude. Like, you just it's a literal Magna Angemon. It is Magna Angemon, but it's like a literal BT1 Magna Angemon for 4. Like, security control gonna be kind of wild once these cards come out. Of course, it overflowed 3, but like, do you really care that you lose 3 memory if you've got a 4 cost evolve, 4 cost play recover? Like, I don't know, man. And then we got Lilymon Ace. Suspend one opponent's Digimon. After that, you may return one suspended opponent's Digimon with 5,000 to deck bottom. So really strong effects, really punishing your opponent during their turn. I think is a cool concept, but we'll see how these cards actually play out. So that's it for the cards that were revealed. We also got an overhaul of the rules and some clarification on how the counter kind of timing works. So first of all, I wanted to talk about the new battle flow is what this says. So it kind of has it listed out in steps, but basically counter works as if it was phrased like when your opponent's Digimon attacks. It's kind of in that same timing with those kind of cards, with blocker cards. To be more specific, we have this kind of flow where it says Digimon attack is declared, their when attacking effects activate, and then the counter timing activates, so the defending players can use the counter effects that would happen when their opponent Digimon attacks. The cool thing to note here is then this fourth line goes to say that you resolve or you activate the counter effects, but you can only do it 1 time per attack. Now, that seems to indicate that even though those cards don't say, I guess it wouldn't be once per turn, but they don't say once per attack or anything, the counter timing kind of thing is only like once per attack. So you can't, like, I guess, use like multiple of the Waragurumons on like a single attack, is what I'm gathering for this. Of course, we'll need more clarifications as these cards come out, but I digress. So, and then blocker timing, and then battle with other Digimon or security check would happen after that. So that's kind of the flow of battle, in case anyone was wondering about how the counter timing works. And Digimon has had counter timing, it's just never been called that. There have been always opponent's turns effect, or when your opponent declares an attack, or when your opponent digivolves, or whatever. So that's always been kind of a thing. I'm glad to see we're kind of getting more clarification. And then now we got a new game preparation flow. So kind of a new setup to how the game works. So as you guys know how Digimon currently works, if you are a seasoned player, you'll shuffle the deck, offer cuts, whatever. You'll set out your 5 security, you'll look, and then you'll draw your 5 for turn, and that is the end of it. And then you'll draw for turn, of course, unless you're going first. But then there have been the talks of like a Mulligan system implemented. Digimon's done it with events before. We've had the Mulligan implemented, and lots of people wanted to stick, and it seems like we actually got a Mulligan. So number 1 says here that you are going to shuffle your deck, your main deck, and your Digitama deck. And then after that, you'll decide who goes first. They specify with rock, paper, scissors, or Junkin. But whatever method you decide, you can, decide who goes first. And then you're going to draw 5 from your deck. So this is a big change. This kind of changes over to One Piece, Dragon Ball, a lot of the other kind of card games. Pokemon, I think, does the same thing where they draw first. But you're going to draw 5, your starting hand, before your security. And then step 4 goes on to say you're going to look at your hand, and one time only you can decide whether you want to correct the hand, or whether you want to mulligan or not. And if you decide to do so, you will then shuffle your hand into your deck and then redraw your 5 cards. So it's not the same where you would bottom deck your starting hand. You will just straight up reshuffle and draw your 5 once again. And then if you do not do so, you'll continue to the next step as per normal. Step 5 goes on to say, then after that, you will take the top 5 cards of your deck and place them in your security, and then set the memory to 0 and begin the game, guys. So that is kind of the flow of how the game is going to be set up. Yeah, guys, that is going to be the video. Hopefully you guys enjoy. As like I said, I was really excited about this, wanted to put this out as soon as possible. So we'll see if we get more news or not. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.